Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and on this channel we work on building your spiritual confidence so you can listen to your intuition and read your tarot cards with ease. And today I am so excited because we are going to do a deep dive into the Seers Tarot. I can't wait to get started. We are going to be comparing the Seers Tarot back to the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot so that you can see the magic of the modern symbolism in this deck. Yes, I know. Many of you are going to say to me, yes, but Elizabeth, is the Rider-Waite-Smith the deck that represents all of the symbolism in the truest way that was originally intended by the original tarot decks? And I would say to you, well, there is a lot of opinion about that out there, even in terms of the placement of the Fool card, for example. You've got Eliphas Levi, who wanted the Fool card placed in the middle, at the middle of the deck, and you've got Aleister Crowley, who wanted the Fool card placed at the end of the deck. Even the meanings of some of the cards have been called into question. But it is in my mind, it's a really good representation. Perhaps it has its faults, like everything in this world. Arthur Waite made some decisions about the meanings to make the flow of the deck a little bit better. But overall, it is probably our best baseline to work from. And a lot of decks do work from the Rider-Waite-Smith. You might look at the images and think, but these images are not like the Rider-Waite-Smith images. The inner, deeper meaning of your deck will go back to that particular deck. Why? Because what Arthur Waite came up with by drawing images on all of the cards has created a deck that is so easy to learn and use that it has become the most universal deck that everybody knows. And I always think of people in different countries in the world that may not be able to get some of the more contemporary decks. Rider-Waite-Smith is generally available. So that's the deck we'll compare it to. We'll have a look at the symbolism and the deeper meaning, and I cannot wait to get started. So let's spin the camera around. So let's have a look at the Seers Tarot. I can't wait. I'm going to do a little mini unboxing. I actually ordered this online. I think I ordered from the book depository, so it wasn't anything very exciting when I received this deck. And I just had to open it. I couldn't even think to myself, oh, I'll wait and, all of that. So let's open. Oh, now, in comparison is my poor old Rider-Waite-Smith deck that I've had for forever. But for those of you who've never bought one, it just comes in a little yellow box. It's pretty unassuming. Comes with its little US games thingamajiggo, and a little bit about Pamela Coleman Smith because she's been so forgotten, and a little guidebook that I encourage you to read and then put to one side. Keep it and have it there, but try not to refer to it if you possibly can. All right, then we have the Seers Tarot, and it has a little guidebook as well. I had a look through it. I thought it might have more about the symbolism in the cards in it, but it doesn't. It has some lovely descriptions of the cards, but it doesn't really have. So we're going to kind of go along as we go along. I'm going to just tell you what I think the symbolism is. And if you can see other things in the cards, please comment for me in the comments and let me know, because it's all about us learning symbolism together. And of course, if you love this video and you love my work, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. I will also have some links down in the comments, both to purchase a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, if that's what you'd like to purchase, or to purchase the gorgeous Seers Tarot. So what we'll do is so you can see it's just got information about the deck on the back. And then if you open the deck, you can see beautiful cards in here. So we've got the Fool on top. I've just realized these are in reverse. which is going to be a bit of fun when I come. So what I'm going to do is show you each card together. I'll just swap this deck over. Take me 2 seconds to do it. Here we are. So here we are. Because I'd organised this and then realised I hadn't organised it. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at each card in the major arcana. And then what I'm going to do is and compare it back to the Rider-Waite-Smith in terms of meaning, and have a little look more at the symbolism in this deck than the symbolism in the Rider-Waite-Smith. I'm just making sure I'm in shot so that you can see what we're doing. And then we'll do the minor arcana, and I'm going to sort of look at the numerology and then compare them back so you can see this deck has such a true respect for the original symbolism of the cards and original meaning of the cards, which I just think is fabulous. So we've got the Fool to start with, and as you can see, what I think is interesting is she's holding out in her hand over the cliff an amethyst. Now we know the traditional meaning of amethyst. They used to make goblets in amethyst, because they believed that if you drank alcohol out of amethyst goblets, you wouldn't get drunk. So this is about clarity of thought and mind, but leaving behind what you don't need. You can see she's really carefree. She's not, and she's going to fall into the flower of life or the universe. She's going out into the world, and she's not letting anything. She's not taking anything with her. She's holding out her amethyst and she's just letting it happen. All right, next one. We've got the Magician. And you can see the Magician has everything that he needs to do whatever he wants in the world. Again, the infinity symbol, and looking down into the pool of eternity, and purple being the symbol of, and teal, those jewel colours, particularly purple being that colour of spirit, is certainly an appropriate colour to be gazing into if you are the Magician. Oh, look at this. Oh, these cards are absolutely stunning. Look at the Empress. The High Priestess. So again, repeating that blue symbolism, the idea of the separateness between the physical world and the spiritual world, with the veil and the red in behind. The Empress, she's the mother of the world. You can see here we're far more restrained here in the imagery here, but of course this is 1909 as compared from, I'm not sure when this was released, but I think it was 2001. So you're looking at a very different representation, but again, she's the mother of the world. So we're looking at a very whole, earthy, grounded representation of feminine energy, rather than the Empress, where you're talking about a more spiritual representation of feminine energy. The Emperor, again, he's wearing his red robes, and again has the spiritual symbol of the ram in the corner. I love that he's holding the chess piece. So he is basically making those strategic decisions. And if you look at my video on the Emperor Reimagined, which looks at the before, after, and Tarot Reimagined, you will see that there is a whole card there. I think it's the in between tarot that we look at, and it shows both the Hierophant and the Emperor with the chess pieces and the different ways that they look at how they might make decisions that influence the world. So again, I invite you to look at that particular video to understand this card more. these cards, every one is beautiful. The Hierophant, again, a more modern look at spirituality. Look at that. A much more modern look at, looking up to Father Sky and recognizing that deeper sense that we have in ourselves. Still reminiscent of this card with the 3 crosses here and the 3 crosses here. And if you watch my breakdown of the Hierophant card, you'll understand that a little bit more. The Lovers, again, this is a far more straightforward representation of passionate love. Here, I think there is that in the Lovers card, but to me the Lovers card is more about choice, relationship choices. The Chariot, again, you've got the black and white horses reminiscent of the sphinxes on the front of the Chariot card. And most importantly, he doesn't need to hold the reins. Life will carry you way, way off into whatever adventure it's going to take you. And he has the confidence to know he doesn't need to hold the reins. He can go with it. Oh, look at this. So you've got the balance of feminine strength embodying the lion, but at the same time, the mercy. Here it's represented, she's opening the lion's mouth, so she's controlling her strength. Here, we're looking at a feminine balance of strength. Beautiful. The Hermit. I love this. Take time out. That's what the Hermit's about. I remember how I had a friend once that said to me, I don't like the tarot. Once I was having a terrible time of it and I was on my own and I drew a tarot card and I got the Hermit and I thought I'll be a hermit for the rest of my life. That's not what this card is about. It's about taking time out for spiritual reflection. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, we all know that mountainsides and seaside, being close to nature is when we are closest to ourselves and closest to the universal energy. The Wheel of Fortune, and again, this is about standing on the top of it and being in your power. Justice, the Scales, but having a recognition of the softer energy that's needed in justice, represented by a woman. The Hanged Man, looking at life from a different perspective. And that's how I like to describe the meaning of this card. And that's exactly what is happening in this Hanged Man card. Death and rebirth. So here we call it death, but here it's recognizing the circularity that is represented by this card. Again, you've got the death around the outside, but you've got the promise of a new life coming from within. Oh, look at that. So I see temperance as dipping your toe in the water, testing it out, the alchemy of tipping the water from one cup to another. And you can see here, it's almost as if he's holding the sun, and he's expressing himself in his full, well, he's got the sun and the moon there. So this idea of expressing yourself both in your conscious and unconscious ways of being. The Devil, come with me. The puppetry strings of the Devil. Here you can see, take the noose off around your neck and walk away. Walk away. You don't have to be constrained by anything in your life if you don't want to be. There's always some sort of solution. You might not like the solution that's there for you, but there's always some sort of solution. The Tower, here you're looking at destruction of something fragile. Again, I always think of this card, it's sudden change, but I also think of it as don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a bit of, everybody out. It's all off, over, it's all off, it's all changed, it's all this, it's all that, it's all bad, it's the, yeah. So you can see here, same sort of thing, that that shift from innocence to experience. Oh, I love these cards. The Star, so that softness of creativity expressed there. See the soft jewel colours, beautiful. The Moon, here, unconsciousness in overdrive. When your imagination and your creativity go into overdrive. Again, the confusion. You've got the domesticated dog and the wild dog baying at the moon. What does it all mean? And she's dropped down under the water, so into her emotional unconscious. The Sun, the happiest card in the deck, and here she is. She's actually taking up the energy, the positive conscious energy from the Sun. Judgment. So this is the call to action. This is about being able to to actually hear the call in your deepest being and make a shift and take a different focus. The World. You've come to the end of your journey. Everything that you need to know, everything that you could embody, you have achieved. Here it's linked back more into the astrology, and you can see here these astrological symbols coming into life, whereas on the World card, I'll find it. You can see that they are shadows. So the World card is about taking your karma and coming into knowledge. Here you've achieved full knowledge. Here we're linking back to a more modern interpretation, which is that of the sacred geometry. And of course, she's standing in the middle of my most favorite sacred geometry, which is the Seed of Life. I've got a beautiful Seed of Life necklace and I love wearing it, and I need to put it back on again. And it is representation of all the stages of creation, all the world, all as one. All right, now let's separate these cards, make a little bit of space, trying to stay in shot. And what I thought we might do is look at all the aces together, and then all of the twos, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do is set these up so that we actually see. So we've got wands. They're really, really staying very true to the symbolism, because, and then we've got cups. Let's see how we can organize these under the thing. I'm just really mindful of staying in shot. I've only got like this little square that I can work in, because I wanted to actually show you each one of them and how they relate. What I really liked about this deck was the fact that the cards actually followed, when I look through the deck, Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles, which is the traditional symbolism of the traditional order of the cards as per Golden Dawn. I have always wanted to know why that was. Not sure why. I will find out, as you know I will, and when I find out, I will tell you why. All right, let's put those like that, and let's put these underneath. So we've got Ace of Wands. And I'll just remind you of the numerology as we go through when we do these, because particularly with the minor arcana, I find knowing that numerology and understanding the cards in groups really, really helps to remember them, helps you to remember them. All right, let's have a look. Oh, I love this deck. And I'm trying to make this a little bit more meaningful for you than just holding the cards up. All right, now hopefully I can make this work. We don't really care about the ones we can't see. So Ace of Wands. Take physical, dramatic, passionate action, and look what you've got here. You couldn't be more in your passion if you tried with this card. Take emotional beginnings. So 0 is unlimited possibilities, or the ace. This is about beginnings, getting going, getting started. Ace of Cups. Here, she's holding the cup of emotion. She's wearing blue, which is emotional, and the cup, of course, is full of passion, which, of course, here is overflowing. Ace of Swords. Communicate your thoughts, your feelings. Take action about what is most important for you in terms of your, we think of air in terms of speech and that sort of thing. Here, we've got the spiral staircase, which is her mind and the light shining through. So this is taking a very intellectual aspect of this card in terms of clear your mind and speak your truth. Holding the sword aloft is all about clarity of communication. Ace of Pentacles. This is again about grounded opportunities. Something is coming into your life that is grounding. Okay. 2. Let's pull these off. 2. 2, 2, 2. 2. All right, so we've got 2 of Wands. You have the world in your hands, at your feet. It's a fabulous representation. Again, a woman, not a man. So we're trying to feminize this deck, which is one of my criticisms of Rider-Waite-Smith. It is very, very masculine. Just make sure I have these in shot. I don't know. One little square. So she is, again, she has the world at her feet. And there are the things that she's conscious of and the things that are unconscious. Here we've got 2. Now 2s are powerful beginnings. So you've got here, this is about your ideas, the things you're conscious of, the things you're not conscious of, and taking considered action, knowing you can go in whatever pathway you want to go in. You've got 2 of Cups here, the beginning of a relationship. Again, the same, beautifully expressed here, that mingling of emotion as the steam comes up from the cups and intermingles with their hands. Choices, powerful beginnings. Which choice will I make? And here, it highlighting the confusion and the fact that you might feel set upon. And here, of course, the 2 of Pentacles, where there's too much choice and you're struggling to manage your life. Here you can see she's emotional. She's got the unconscious and the conscious, and it's like she's got her handbags and she's swinging her handbags thinking, what do I do next? I just love, these are just beautiful. I can see why this deck there's been such a fuss made of it. It is such a beautiful interpretation of the traditional meanings. So let's pull these off and have a look at the 3s. So 3s are creativity and communication. So this is where you're looking at, so let's have a look at the Wands. So this is looking out, the things you've left behind, the things that you need to take with you, and being aware that you mustn't leave anything behind. So we're looking at how you press forward. Beautiful. Here, look at this with the surfboard. So I know what I'm taking with me, and I don't need the other stuff. I'm taking my surfboard. I'm taking something that allows me to hit the waves and ride the waves of life. Here we've got the celebration, the creativity, the communication, the working together, And again here, that's repeated in this Three of Cups. The Heartbreak card. So you've had something happen that has disrupted you and broken your heart. This is the Heartbreak card. And again, this is about how do you manage and communicate your grief. And the last card, I always think of this card as it takes an army. So you've got the workers here talking to the specialist, the stonemason here, about what do we do next? How do we work together? And here you've got the traffic lights. But the three of them are working together through the stop, the amber, the stop and the go. Beautiful. All right, let's look at the next one. Number 4. Number 4 is about reliability and stability. Number 4. 4 of Wands. You have everything you want. Your home is your castle, and you are celebrating the absolute success that you have in your life. Here, you can see the same thing, except that you're looking at perhaps it being more of your temple is whatever you see it as. And again, the feminine energy being brought in. This is about not being too stable. You're focusing on the 3 things you know, and you're refusing to look at anything else because it might disrupt things. And again, a beautiful thing here, she's got her 3 cups on one side and she's reaching out for the 4th one, but she's not really paying attention to it. And you can see that this is where the passion is. She's too stable. Take time out. Head, heart, gut. Focus on all 3 so that you can reach what it is that you need to understand. But take your time out, slow yourself down, create your stability. Again, in the nest. The nest is where everything develops, grows and flourishes. And she's curled up in the nest, reflecting, ready to emerge as something new. Then we've got the 4 of Pentacles. I love this card. Hold on to it and don't let anybody have it. She's doing exactly the same thing. Are you holding on too tight? Are you too worried about your stability? Are you scared that you might be unstable? So you're hanging on too tight. And sometimes hanging on too tight is exactly the opposite thing of what we need to do to create stability. Then we've got the 5s. Woohoo! 5 is dynamic challenges. So we've got 5 of Wands. Everybody's fighting and nobody's winning. It's a real challenge. It's so difficult to get through. 5 of Cups. You are grieving. And you're grieving so much. Your challenge is to see the 2 full cups, or the positivity in all of the despair. Beautiful card here. See how she's looking down and she's actually upturned her cup and losing the contents of the cup in her despair and emotion. Here, you're looking at a dynamic challenge. And you've just won at all costs, so much so everyone else has taken their bat and ball, dropped their bat and ball and gone home. They haven't even tried to challenge you. Was the win worth it? Here, you've got the crow on your shoulder. You've got that conscience, that thought of, have I done the right thing? Am I too caught up in what I want that I'm going to miss out on all of the opportunities that might be available for me if I'm not so ambitious and caught up in what it is that I want? So 5 of Pentacles. Now this is about help's there, but you have to reach out for it. And you can see here the 5 mandalas representing the sacred geometry, but she can't look at them. The key of life is there. All she has to do is put it in the lock, but she can't look at it. So that's about, again, being too contained and not stepping forward into a challenge and recognizing that sometimes we have to step forward and ask for the help that we need. Almost like, you know, when you work in an office and you've got the blindness to the things going on around you because you're just there all the time and you don't see things. A bit like that. They used to talk about it a lot when I worked in retail, that, you know, if you saw anything to report it, because there'd be, you know, a big crack in the floor and we just didn't want customers falling over it, and yet we'd be stepping over it all day and not even thinking about it. All right, so 6 of Wands, balance and stability. So here, the dynamic, you are the leader and you are creating the stability for those around you. You are being followed. And of course, there's there can be great satisfaction in that. We need to be careful that we don't get so caught up in being the one to be followed that we don't become too conceited. Again, looking at childlike, you know, memories of home and family. Look at this beautiful card where, you know, he's got the loyal dog and memories of the child, you know, as a child with the dog. That unquestioning loyalty, and that's sort of here. You've got this memories of childhood, the farmhouse and the castle in behind, the guard representing the stability, and, you know, the older sibling giving the flowers, or perhaps you're giving flowers to yourself. Again, with 6, we're looking at balance and stability again. So we're looking at the choices you might make. You've got the pole in the water here that's causing the instability, and the stability on the other side, making decisions to move away from things that don't work for you. Again, she's got her crows or the disruption, the unconscious disruption, taking her away from whatever it is that is not working for her. So seeking balance and stability in different ways. Here you're disrupting the balance with the Pentacles. You have the wealth, and you are offering it to the poor who don't have the wealth. Here we're looking at the Pentacles representing the mandalas with the geometry, the sacred geometry being given. So the knowledge being given, shared, and balanced. Okay, let's look at 7. Oh, these cards are stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I'm enjoying this. Lovely way to look at them because they make sense. So 7 is confidence and ability. So if you look at 7 of Wands, this is different to number 5, although a lot of people make the mistake of reading it differently. In number 5, everyone's fighting and no one's winning. In this one, you're winning. You have the balance and the ability, because you've got the workman's boot and you've got the rich man's shoe. So you have all the skills and you're standing up the top and you have no trouble. You've got the biggest wand and you're knocking down all of those wands that are coming up to challenge you. So you, although you're fighting hard, you have the confidence and ability to make it happen. Look at this beautiful card where she is above the coloured wands representing the rainbow. And spiritually, she is in balance and in centre. Choices. So you might feel like you've got too many choices, but actually all you have to do is make a choice. And each one of these cups, when I actually go through this card, I'll explain to you the meaning of all of those cups. They all have a different meaning. But you can see here, he's choosing. He's choosing, and he does have the power and the confidence to make the right choice. Here, you took the choice to be stealthy. You did what needed to be done to gain the prize, and now You're on your way. So you have confidence and ability. Whether you've done the right thing or not is another story, but you've snuck away and you've achieved it. Here, sneaking away. I don't know. I think this card is actually giving it much more darker meaning with all of the crows in it. Then the last card is about reflecting on your achievements. So you've had the confidence and ability to really achieve something. Here you are with your current project and you're thinking about where to next. Here, your confidence, your ability, your power is going to cause the tree to grow into a beautiful, from a seedling into a beautiful tree, and you have that confidence and ability that's innate within you. 8. Oh, these cards. And I hope it's helping you to understand this symbolism by looking at the original Rider-Waite-Smith as you work your way through. This is 8. 8 of Wands. Take action. Take passionate action. And look at the wands. They're burning and they're in all of that red energy. Absolutely fabulous. Take action for yourself. Take emotional action. Walk away. You can see here, walking away through the cups, through the emotion, walking away from what you don't need. Here, 8 of Cups. Look at the water. She's walking out of the water, away from the emotion, away from the fiery emotion that has not served her, and she's not looking back. 8 of Swords. Now, this is one of those cards where, a bit like the Devil, she could walk away. She could walk away at any time. She feels as if she's fenced in by all the swords. And yes, she'd be walking through stony water or difficult emotion. But she can untie herself. When you look at this card, she can untie herself at any time. Here she is. She can see herself tied up. But she doesn't have to be. All she has to do is walk away. And if you look at even the way she's tied up, she could get out of that very easily and pull the blindfolds off and be gone. Here, this is about, again, 8, balance and power. We're looking at you have the ability to push forward with whatever it is that you're doing. Again, the modern interpretation. She's sitting at her desk and she's busy at work. So she has the ability to do whatever it is that needs to be done. You have the skills. Nothing will hold you back. 9. 999, which is expansion and awareness. 9. So here, he's been through the battle. He knows what he's in for, and he's really aware. You've had the experience. Nobody needs to teach you anything. You are battle-worn and battle-scarred, but you've survived to fight another day, and by golly, nobody's going to take you on. You are successful. You have put yourself out there, you've worked hard, and look what you have achieved. Here, awareness, expansion and awareness, we're looking at it from a different perspective. You aren't sure of yourself. You wake up with nightmares in the middle of the night. Here, the unconscious represented by the black crows. You wake up, and again, the passion with the red dress. You wake up in the middle of the night. You are totally overwhelmed. Your awareness is distorted. Here, expansion, awareness, success. You are successful. Look at this beautiful card. You are successful. Enjoy every moment of your success. And look how true this symbolism is. It's just a modern interpretation of the Rider-Waite-Smith, which I think is just fabulous. And then, of course, we've got 10, which is 1 and 0 together, which is unlimited possibilities and powerful beginnings, which creates spiritual beginnings, and it's really about completions. So 10 of swords is, 10 of wands. You want to finish, but you're just not going about it the right way. Look at this with the buffalo and all the load and the suitcase and the carrying everything and overloading everything and maybe not going about it in the right way. Again, how on earth is he going to carry those sticks like that, not being able to see where he's going and think clearly? Positive endings. Positive endings. Life at the end of the rainbow of happiness. Pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You have your house, beautiful nature around you, a beautiful relationship, beautiful children. So this is about positive endings. Finality. I see this card as absolute finality. And look at her looking out onto nothingness. You know, you can even see this as the stab in the back. You've been betrayed, but it's also, it's all over. There's nothing more. You've been stabbed 10 times. You ain't getting up. But if it's all over and it's been awful, that then paves the way for a new beginning. 10 of Pentacles, this is the completion card. Again, you've done everything. Old age, you've had a relationship, you've built a house, you've got the beautiful bridge here with the family shields on it. You've done everything. You've done it all. Children, animals, you've done everything. And it's a reflection of that grounding, completing everything, but from a very grounding perspective, looking at the practicality of everything you've achieved. Page of Wands. These are gorgeous. I'm loving them. Okay, Page of Wands. So ideas. Take action on wonderful ideas. Page of Wands is, the pages are often, these are the immature, this is the immature card. This, if we think about the Royal Arcana, we're talking about people. When you read the deck, sometimes some people see people, some people see the emotion, but they are the people of the deck. So the wands are often, the pentacles, my mouth will work in a minute. The pages are children, and they're often considered to be female in the deck. So ideas, new ideas, the birth of ideas, young ideas. Look, she's dancing and she's throwing her stick up into the air. Young ideas. Again, this is immature emotional focus or emotional ideas. And you can see here, he's immature and he's looking upwards. And it's kind of like the old pigs might fly. So you've got to be a little bit careful here that the ideas emerging are not so pie in the sky that they're not achievable. They might be emotionally feel fabulous and something you really want to do, but it's got to be something that's achievable. Page of Wands, swinging the sword around. And again, because the sword is cut off at the top, incomplete ideas. Swinging the sword around. Oh, look, you know, I've got this thing I want to do, all these ideas. And of course, swords are about communication. So you're putting it all out there, but you kind of don't know where you're going with it. And again, look at her. She's got her ideas as light bulbs, and they're like helium balloons carrying her away. Just fabulous. I'm loving this deck. Page of Pentacles. He's holding the idea, the grounding idea up in the air, as if to say, this is it. And you can see here that beautiful representation of the mandala as it's being held as the seed of an idea, the beginning of an idea. And of course, I will go through all of these cards in much more detail. One at a time, I do symbolism, and I also do Tarot Reimagine using the before, after, in between New Vision decks where we look at the cards in detail. This is just really for you to see Light Seers Tarot. And of course, if you want to get Light Seers Tarot, I will have a link to my Amazon shop in the comments. So if you would like to support my work, you can certainly buy the Light Seers Tarot down there. All right, Knight of Wands, fiery action. Knights are air, the suit is fire. So this is fan the flames kind of action. So you've got her here, she's beating that drum. She is absolutely in her element. Knight of Cups, so you've got watery air. So this is the slower emotion. And here you've got, he's turning up with his flowers. He's Mr. Traditional. I always think of this card as Prince Charming, you know. He's emotional, he's connected, he's slower. This is the guy that takes the time to woo you. Then Knight of Swords. I always think of this as the fantasy. This is the fantasy boyfriend that comes sweeping in to sweep you off your feet. Just be careful that he's not so out there that he's going to jump on the motorbike and whilst it might be exciting for a moment, is it sustainable? Then you've got Knight of Pentacles, Mr. Practical. Again, you can see here he's paving the way with the practicalities of life with his pentacles as he slowly and methodically achieves what he needs to achieve in life. Oh, these cards. I hope you're all enjoying it as much as I am. I'm loving this. Oh, look at these. Look at the queens. Oh. Let's have a look. So Queen of Wands. So again, a queen of action. Queens are water. So Queen of Action. She is taking action in a way that recognizes the emotion that's needed to balance the king, who is of course fire of fire. So she knows that her reign is a reign of taking action because she's the Queen of Wands, but she recognizes the power of really focusing in on that action with balance. Queen of Cups. This is the focus on emotion, and you can see here in this card, she's sitting in water. She's totally absorbed in her own world, as you see here with the Queen of Cups. Terribly, terribly emotional. Queen of Swords. This is about clear communication. She's had life's experience. She wears a Victorian mourning bracelet. So she's had life's experience and her sword sticks up into the clear sky. She speaks with clarity. She's a person of wisdom. And you can see here the Queen sitting above the stormy ocean with the wind blowing as she looks out into the distance. And the Queen of Pentacles, this is the quiet queen, the Queen of practicality, the Queen of understanding the balance of emotion and the importance of nature and of our world. And then our last card, of course, is the King of Wands. Oh, these cards. So beautiful. So beautiful. All right, let's have a look. We have got the King of Wands. So again, take action and with strength. So fire of fire. Then you've got King of Cups. Again, an emotional king. His fingers are dipped into the water in the bowl, and he is focused on the emotion of the world. King of Swords, again, just like the Queen of Swords, ready to take action and communicate in the world. And then King of Pentacles, that softness, that slowness, that awareness of nature, and that awareness that It's not just a decision that he takes for himself. It's a decision that he takes that encompasses the whole world. So that's it. That is the Light Seers Tarot. I hope you have enjoyed my little walk through. If you would love this deck, please have a look in the comments, because I have a link to my Amazon shop where you can purchase this deck. And of course, if you love my channel, it is a way for me to have a little commission if you follow my link, and that helps to support my channel. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. And I will see you again very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.